Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are going to continue investigating. We're going to investigate the murder at the police department. February 20th, February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot, in the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits. But I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Do you mind coming with me? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course, it was a victim who was killed at the department. My sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor. It was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Foreshadowing is a narrative device. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was bloodstains or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science? At your own peril, Mr. Wright. Excuse me. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. I gotta do it like this. I gotta actually tap it instead of using my controller. Pain Pecco. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, this is a bloodstain. It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Scientifically? Think of the amount of blood. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It's strange. If they fought here, there'd have been more bloodstains than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. See how I'm marking up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, that's very useful information to have. I saved up my allowance to buy this. Luminol testing fluid received from Emma. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Luminol testing fluid, type other. Received from Emma Sky. Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood. Traces. Spray to use. And we'll drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This luminol stuff is really going to come in handy. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Damn! I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that would sound convincing enough, you see? I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? I'm always so tired. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go. Fired. I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL... Wait, she doesn't mean... I guess we gotta present that to her. What do you think about this? SL9 incident. On that knife, and on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for a transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? God damn it. What do I have to present now? Not that. Come on. Nope. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime and climbed the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder? That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. So you do that... You guarantee that by lying. Okay, makes sense. Just like that time. That time? Did I get enough? Yeah! That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I had ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not even a little. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Officer Jake Marshall. He's on security detail in the police department, isn't he? As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There's another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell! There's only one reason I can't come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when the detectives on the case have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection! So, Vicky... What? It seems you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you tempt him with this treat. Fake receipt from Miss Starr. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. Steak lunch. Type Heather. Received from Miss Starr. Received... Okay. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. And this would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, Ba-da-da-da. Let me see if there's anything in here for me. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Well, this place is certainly tidy today. And it will be tighter tomorrow, too. Incidentally, he's not here. I'm sure he's off doing some important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Ow. Okay. Bam bam ba-da-da-dam, bam 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 bam. February 23rd, Police Department. Entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed in their own department. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Let's go in criminal affairs first. February 23rd, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective in the department after all. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, I want to check out the crime scene here. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants any more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. No, I wanted to investigate. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know, the killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. That must be the head detective. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department? No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. So, this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Ah, well, the dancing Blue Badger trademark is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. It's cutting edge stuff. Very now. I showed this all here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the mock-up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. Security guard office. February 23rd, evidence room, entrance, guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. Scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly. It's imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is already. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Huh. Oh. February 23rd, Police Department, entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat. Pal, I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his breaking heart. Now's no time for despair. We've got our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean, you heard about the stabbing in the police department's evidence room, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, and just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here by talking isn't going to fill me up. Just fill my belly. Wait, don't leave! If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. You ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. February 23rd, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. This guard monitors the visitor's room. Seeing a fellow patrolman, he must make him worry about his own fate in life. No comments from the peanut gallery. Officer Meekins, have a look at this. Go ahead, sir. Laugh at me, sir. Huh? I know what you want to say. You were going to tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I? I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on our coats? I like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room. The guard office in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. Suspicious person. Yeah, What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, I Everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And then when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I thought, but I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Got another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt yourself. Tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy-eyed dog eyes, sir. If you had to label me as persecutor or victim, sir, label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well, at that. Oh, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. And your hand. What happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should confess? But sir, but there's nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollowed, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then, when I looked out, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Do I have to present anything to you? Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eee! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. It was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at this knife. He's overacting with the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. I don't think I have anything I can present to him. Damn, I really have no clue what to fucking do. Maybe go back to... here? Prosecutor's office? No? Do I have anything I need to present to you? It was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know. It was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? Could you take a look at this? You. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's the secret to the aroma. Exquisite! The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Okay. I'll be right back. Okey-dokey. I don't know if I have to do this, but I'm gonna see it anyways. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? I found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Okay, no. Right? Nothing? Okay. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked him in to display his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. Well, what happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. Crimes! My crime! The crime I swear to stamp out! It's there! It's me! It's on tape! And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Okay. February 23rd, Police Department. Criminal Affairs. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Are you sure this is all? You know what it means if there is something missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked drawers, lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases, behind the computer monitor, the coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal. Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. Well, the busy one. Either him or the dancing blue badger. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, where are they? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, we've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now, we got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto. Von Karma. And Yanni Yogi. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Werther. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at exactly the same time. The murder at the prosecutor's office. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this is in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, so I can't really talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But, you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Ah, you saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Here's I gotta examine the detective. Ooh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there, it's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check for anything that might be a clue. He took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date is February 23rd. I'll make a note of that just in case. Goodman's lost item report added to the court record. Should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. Goodman's lost item report. Type documents received from the Chief of Detectives. I have written document. The date was 2/21 to be submitted to the Chief. Last item report. Okay. Now, is he gonna say anything if I present this? Let's just walk in. Okay. What? It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. I think I have to ask it something. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is the detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along now, and do your best. Later, folks. Looks pretty cool on my label, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. I am getting really fucking tired right now. I'm gonna try to finish this part, but I don't know if I'll be able to. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gantz. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my bambina sky so gray? Officer Marshall. Somehow I know. What's that somehow I knew look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeah! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeah? Well, what are you staying there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card is on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. I say that. I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on the television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask for you. Finally, it seems like. He's willing to talk. Bum, 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 bum. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us, that poor little dog. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got the motive from the detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fight for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stupid broccoli that's sneaking in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happens. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambino. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. Should I not mean to pull that up? I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambino, me machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If anything happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through here. So, this is the ID card record. Hey! I've seen that somewhere before! Sorry, Bambino. I can't show you no more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. We're kept here under the pre-assigned detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out that there was a mistake, see? So, what happened to the evidence what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the police station. That's when we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 years ago. 2 days ago. No, I did not mean to do that. Come on. Alright. Bum. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on the ID card record. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. Was more, there's only one of them cars in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did you do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If you had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record added to the court record. I've got an idea. Or did I lose a piece of evidence? Oh yeah, that stake. ID card record. Type documents. Received from Jake Marshall. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 12/21. 2/21. Touch the check button for details. 4/20. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Anything else to talk about? Maybe. Probably beneficial. The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room, Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Eek! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Alright, please, do I look like a selfish man? Look, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will load anyone $50, even me. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for the day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans out of the court record. Evidence room floor plans, type maps, received from Detective Dick Gumshoe. Scene of the stabbing of a detective at the PD. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I'm a detective, after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. Yes, on that incident, of course. I'll be right back. Again. Alright. Yeah, that case. Yes, on that incident, of course. That was the beginning and the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every lock is fixed so that only one detective can open it. using this ID card? Oh, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why? Why am I on the third? Why? I'm on the third car since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each lock is coated with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handle, see? The handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it... Zap! You get a shock! If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people on the force that didn't know about the fingerprint locks. Evidence locker out of the record. Evidence locker. Type out retrieved from the evidence room. Each locker is unlocked using the detective's fingerprints. A light indicates open boxes. As the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. You always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Detective Goodman's nose and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth is the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 and the connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was the Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? ID card record updated in the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? No, that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence from some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had some breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. bet he doesn't tuck his shirt under that trench coat either.
If you're going to talk me out on someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
No, got that.
Mike Meekins, age 22, gender male, patrolman with general affairs, suspected of killing Goodman in the evidence room.
What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it.
Rubber glove added to the court record.
Type evidence retrieved from the evidence room. The tag reads SL9 incident, extremely thin rubber glove. Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag stuck on it still.
That lock is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints.
Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be odd to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's a penny from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there.
Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Want to try to put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why you always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place.
So fucking tired, man.
Nope. What the hell? Oh. You see, that didn't look like it was... Uh-huh. Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
That'll only take me 2 minutes to do. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken. Disable jar out of the court record. Disable jar, type evidence, retrieved from evidence room. Jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing.
Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing.
That's fine.
You bet it's fine, pal.
Alright, I think I can leave now. Now we're getting very close to the end. God fucking damn it. What else is there to fucking do? Investigate everything with gumshoe. Do I have to present the locker down?
You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening this locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
Oh, I'm dumb. Am I dumb? Okay. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I would not harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pal? Pals.
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective! Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This might just be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. We'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief.
Where do you get this, Emma? I was by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know.
A report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
This case really likes referencing the third game, with KB security and all this.
The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Nah, we can go talk to my boyo. Bam, bam. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202. Oh, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Oh, it's you. You asked the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, yes. He brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation of this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, you ask? Why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? You wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. You told me you wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Screwdriver out of the record. Stop it as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Screwdriver, type other, received from Edgeworth. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's, brought back out to his office by Gant's request. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. Don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Who side are you on, anyways? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get a reaction out of him. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who's revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old cute was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. It was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was the Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I will follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting set in fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Alright, almost finished with this part. Finally. No, she's gone. He's gone as well. February 23rd, Evidence Room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a fingerprint. A fingerprint? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose a finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. I'm starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. Is it gonna work? Yes, it is. Okay. So the neat little thing about this, at least I think it's something to do with the ROMs. The ROM files themselves and not the emulator. Actually, it might be this emulator. It might be the emulator. It might be the ROMs. I don't think it's the ROMs. Actually, I think it's the emulator. But it does the blowing automatically. I think it's only for Ace Attorney for some reason. I don't know. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems there are other fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Yeah. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling! Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint on the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would most likely be on this evidence locker? Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. It's my boy, Detective Gummy. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Do I have to... Actually, did I check the fingerprinting thing? Fingerprint. Type other. Received from Miles with recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with the fingerprint files. Do I use examine? This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here! Okay, want to try using this? There go our eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of the hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody handprint. I give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we're gonna clear his audit from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. I'm actually really confused right now. That's just this. I got like tried with the other fingerprints. Okay, let's move on to a different print. Yeah, okay. It's you, right? Yep. Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it somebody I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. Well, that's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, these are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued. Fucking finally, holy shit. Oh, that was so long! We will do the trial. We're gonna actually get down to the mystery of what happened in the evidence room next time. Bye-bye!